The iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Pro Max are finally here, bringing the smallest and the biggest iPhones in the entire lineup. The mini is something that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. This is really the first small iPhone that Apple has released with the next gen features like Face ID and those minimal bezels on the front, meaning you're still getting a decently sized 5.4-inch screen despite having a much smaller body. And here it is. We got it in this green color, and it almost feels like a fake phone holding it in my hand just because of how small and how light it is. Now, outside of the size, there's actually not much different about the mini compared to the standard iPhone 12. You have the same design with the vibrate switch, volume buttons, and SIM tray over on the left side with the power button and this little window here that helps you get a better 5G connection on the right side. On the back, you have the same dual camera system as on the standard 12, with one of the cameras being for wide, that's like your main camera, and the other for ultra wide, letting you squeeze more into the frame. And while you can't see it without this magnetic viewing film, underneath, the iPhone 12 mini also gets the same MagSafe tech, which allows you to clip on compatible accessories magnetically. This is the MagSafe wireless charger from Apple, which just snaps on there perfectly for more efficient charging, and it does feel a little bit more secure on the mini than it does on the standard iPhone, just because the mini is so much lighter. We'll go ahead and power this thing on and do a more in-depth size comparison in just a second, but first, let's finish up with the unboxing. All you get is your standard documentation and a single Apple sticker, and then this USB-C to Lightning cable. And that is it. There's no power adapter included, so if you want one that's compatible with that USB-C cable, it'll cost you $19. And if you want those wired earpods that Apple used to include, that'll set you back another $19. Okay, let's get to the size comparison. Here's the mini next to the standard 6.1-inch iPhone 12. And it's a pretty big difference. In terms of one-handed use, I can easily reach all four corners of the mini screen without having to adjust my grip at all. Whereas on the standard iPhone 12, I do have to stretch a bit. I'm over 6 feet tall and my hands are on the bigger side. So if you have smaller hands, this may matter even more to you if you're willing to give up the bigger screen and probably a little bit of battery life too, since the mini has a smaller battery inside. Now, compared to the iPhone SE, which shares the same sized body as the 4.7-inch iPhone 8 and the iPhone 7, the mini is not only shorter, but it's also a bit slimmer. Now, while that's good in terms of comfort, I do have some concerns about the narrower screen making it a little bit harder to type with a keyboard, since everything is technically packed in there tighter. But overall, it's the most comfortable iPhone to hold in the hand, even more comfortable than the iPhone SE, because the new flat edge design makes it a little bit grippier, and the power button on the side is also twice as big, so it's just easier to press on that button since you don't have to go hunting around looking for it every time. But you know, maybe a small iPhone isn't your thing. If you want something bigger, then there's always the iPhone 12 Pro Max, although it'll cost you an extra $400. This thing has a 6.7-inch screen, which is the biggest screen ever in an iPhone. It's actually 0.2 inches bigger than even last year's iPhone 11 Pro Max, and side by side next to the mini, it just looks giant. Although next to the 6.1-inch iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro, the difference isn't anywhere near as dramatic, but this is still a really big phone. Now, because the iPhone 12 Pro Max is a Pro model, it gets the more premium finish with stainless steel around the edges and a matte finish on the back, which in this specific blue color just looks amazing. But since most people are going to put a case on it anyways, the real difference with the Pro models is they come with more advanced camera systems with 4 sensors instead of 2. So you get the same wide and ultra wide cameras as on the mini, but you also get a telephoto lens that zooms in 2.5x on the Pro Max compared to 2.0 on the regular Pro, as well as a LiDAR sensor that helps with low light autofocus and AR. But unlike the regular iPhone 12 Pro, the Pro Max's camera is even better. You can tell there's a difference with its lens protruding out a little bit more, and that difference is the Pro Max also has an upgraded camera sensor, which is able to capture more light for low light conditions, and it also has sensor shift stabilization, where the sensor itself is adjusting to account for shaking hands, whereas on the other models, the stabilization happens only in the lens. So this should definitely be the best camera system on any iPhone. But whether or not you can really